Well, my intuition is telling me that today is an important day. Today is January 8th, 2022. And my intuition is telling me this in the greater scheme of things, in how we're all interconnected. And with this, I would like people to always limit themselves with the earth and not go too far or really past it in their bigger scheme of things, because as a species we're not there yet, and we have to master this one first. So yeah, no, this important day today has nothing to do with Jesus. It has everything to do with what I haven't defined yet as my interpretation of the concept of the Superman, which is still not going to be fully explained in this video. Uh, and intuitively, I know what it is, but I want to look up what's been written about it. And I think it's Nietzsche, I think, and how it's been corrupted over time in the same way that Christians have corrupted the concept of Jesus over time, because this is the concept of authority, of being all that we can be and growing this potential. It's also at the base of humanism, except that in my lifetime I've seen from a young age, and it's caused various cycles of mental illness until I cured that in myself by understanding that the norm was sick. So the concept of the Superman is to actually grow up in a way. It's to actually take responsibility for our actions, is to actually not push away the responsibility that we have when we are born with these big brains that are capable of so much more every generation, but also during our lifetime. During our lifetime, if we choose to not push away the responsibility of our brains, the things we could do, each of us, that we don't consider to be unique when we are, is we can accomplish as much as most of your favorite athletes, the Nobel Prize winners. We can achieve, excellence or near excellence in most topics: music, literature, philosophy, athleticism. All these things, each of us is capable of this, but something is preventing us from doing it. And here is one explanation.
Let's change that up and imagine if instead of sight, you were born with 6 senses, and one of your senses, your intuition, that's the one that's been suppressed. That's the one that you've been told is your imagination as you grow up. And so as we grow up, we develop technology to help us. We develop smartphones, or we develop earlier and earlier detection medical equipment for medicine. But actually, we have that ability within us to detect illnesses within our own body. We don't need machines. But it's been suppressed within us. We're born with this. Animals have it. Babies have it. We all have this. And the thing is, if you imagine that you never had sight, or your eyes were closed, you would not know what colors are. You would not have words. Even if you opened your eyes, you could see colors, there would be no words developed to describe them, because nobody has assigned words to them, because technically they don't exist. It's our imagination, right? If we had not been suppressed from using our intuition from the time that we were born, we would have assigned words. We would have as many words to describe all the different nuances of levels of intuition, the gradients of feelings we have, whether we are full-blown psychics or intuits or clairvoyants, or who can see in the future, or who can feel the energies of what's going on, or am I someone that can feel whether you have an illness coming on, or am I someone who can just feel my own illness? There's different gradients.
This is from Inspired, and it's called Confirmation You Were Right All Along. Anita Morjani, I think I pronounced it properly. Christians might be upset with what I said so far regarding Jesus, and I'm going to post a video from Inspired about Jesus on my Facebook. Now, I'm not a religious person, but I've always imagined that if this Jesus character lived in history, he was similar to me, but not in a supernatural way, but in making a series of choices where he wanted to role model certain things of how we can be better and how society may be broken, and it's up to us to embrace the responsibility of our actions and actually be part of manifesting something greater. I said in another video that the unfinished universe was a version of a God that I would believe in. And so in a way, we are connected to this greater thing of an unfinished universe that requires us to embrace the responsibility that we are born with, with these amazing brains and on a planet that allows for so much potential for life to evolve. But we're also interconnected with an unfinished universe. But again, stay local on the planet if you are going to kind of have inspiring greater connection thoughts, okay? Because this is what we really need right now, and we are thousands of years away, if ever, of going beyond that philosophy for us to actually succeed, of going past the interconnections that we already have on our planet. I wanted to say my definition quickly of intuition. I've had a couple of books on it over the years, but there's a lot of books I don't read. But my opinion about that is that intuition, it's almost like a superpower in the sense that statistically speaking, if we become very good at really sensing what's happening in us, that we're not fooling ourselves or using, hallucinations because let's say we feel lonely, so we want to believe something about somebody, but we're actually getting good at sensing this intuition. Intuition is really about probabilities, quantum thinking, and I could talk more about that in another video. It's about understanding that something is likely true or this is likely the right choice, and that you don't know how you came to this truth or this choice, but you have a feeling it's the right one. And this is about not having collected all the data to actually know for certain the evidence, that this is the right choice. And that's okay because, it's impossible most of the time to have 100% evidence, especially when other individuals exist outside of you. The outside world is really there. Otherwise, the concept of taking responsibility for us, if there wasn't others, would not be something that 99.7% of you would push away your entire lives and teach your kids to push away this potential, this concept of being all of us, supermen and superwomen.